Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today I will be giving the top 5 right fielders of all time. And this is the second last of the top 5 videos. Now, let's begin. Starting off with number 5, Vlad Guerrero Sr. He was just simply an amazing hitter. He had great contact and he had great power, and he was a pretty good fielder too. But yeah, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a completely different player. Which, by the way, I do think he's probably a top 3 first baseman who's currently active. But in terms of best right fielders of all time, of course, I'm talking about his father, Vlad Guerrero Sr. But yeah, Vlad Guerrero, he was just amazing. And I do think Vladimir Guerrero Jr. could join him as the first father-son Baseball Hall of Famers. But for now, Vlad Guerrero is the number 5 right fielder of all time. I just think he was personally an amazing hitter, and yeah. Number 4, Tony Gwynn. Easily the best contact hitter of his era, and honestly, maybe one of the best contact hitters of all time. He was just simply amazing. He almost never struck out. He got a lot of hits. He would hit for average, and he was just an amazing player, an amazing all-around, and very beloved. And yeah, Tony Gwynn, he is, in my opinion, the 4th best right fielder of all time. Now, number 3, speaking of contacts, is the hit king himself, Pete Rose, the guy that has the most hits of all time. And obviously he's not in the Hall of Fame because he illegally bet on games, but in terms of just him as a player, it is kind of hard to take away. Now, I know some people might be like, oh, but he did it in the most at-bats. But the fact that he was able to last that long and have the longevity is very important, because while peak and consistency is great, longevity is in some ways equally as important, because if you did it for a long time, I do very much so value longevity. And yeah, Pete Rose, he wasn't much of a home run hitter, but he was the hit king because he got the most hits, and he was just a great contact and had an over 300 career batting average, which is pretty impressive. If you played for a long time, that his career batting average never dipped below 300. But yeah, simply Pete Rose was an amazing player, and he is the 3rd best right fielder of all time. And now the top 2 were really, these 2 were leagues above everyone else. And this is tough, but number 2, I did decide we'll go with Hank Garen. I'll go with Hank Garen. Yeah, Hank Garen simply, he was just amazing. Obviously, he had the most career home run at the time until Barry Bonds broke it. Some people might consider him the real home run king because Barry Bonds took steroids, so some people might say that Hank Aaron is the real career home run king, which is fair enough, because he was amazing. He was only 7 away from Barry Bonds. He also has, I believe he's top 5 in most hits of all time. He had an over 300 career average. He was just an amazing hitter. He was a great fielder. Hank Aaron was just simply an amazing player. He also has the most RBIs of all time, and you could very easily make the debate that he is the best right fielder of all time. I did end up putting him at number 2, but Hank Aaron, easily top 5 player of all time. In my opinion, the best right fielder of all time is Babe Ruth. I understand the argument that he played against plumbers, and yes, I think it's fair to say that Hank Aaron definitely had a little more competition, but I feel like people forget Babe Ruth was a pitcher for his first part of the career, and I know he played in an era where pitchers would pitch the whole game, so I do think it was impressive that he was able to still get quite a good amount of home runs despite pitching the whole game and pitchers used to not get the rest that they do today. Now, they also didn't pitch as fast, but I feel like getting less rest also kind of adds up, and like I don't think it makes it even. Like, I do think it's a lot harder to be a pitcher today than it was 100 years ago. However, the fact that they had to pitch basically the whole game once every 3 games is something that I do value, and he was a very good pitcher when he was on the Red Sox, and really the only reason that, in my personal belief, that he doesn't have the most home runs ever is because he was a pitcher in his early part of the career. But yeah, Babe Ruth, he was simply an amazing hitter. Great contact, great power. He was doing what no one else was doing in his time. He was not, you could say he's not human. I mean, yeah, Babe Ruth, I mean, in my opinion, still one of the greatest baseball players of all time. And we'll see in the top 100 if he cracks my number 1. But he's definitely going to be top 3 minimum. But yeah, that's my list for best right fielders. I still think Babe Ruth is the best. And Hank Garen, right now, in my opinion, is runner-up. But anyways, thanks for watching. Feel free to share your thoughts on the best right fielders of all time, of who you think are the best. And I cannot wait to do the final top 5 till I do the top 100 in a few days. I am doing the top 5 starting pitchers. Now, thanks for watching, and peace out.